Please welcome the king of conversion, Andri Sadlak.
All right. So the topic I'm going to address is A/B testing mastery, what Amazon won't tell you. And the goal of my session is not only for you to realize the value of A/B testing. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are sellers for quite some time, but more so to learn the new process, a better process, perfect your process, and make it predictable and make conversion a repeated success in your business. Let me start with a couple questions, okay? I need your energy here a lot. I want to talk to you back and forth all the time. So by a show of hands, how many of you have set up at least one A/B test in your life ever? Okay. Now, how many of you didn't set up a test because you had no idea what to test? Raise your hand. Anyone's been in that situation? Like, what am I supposed to test? Okay, a few people, okay. How many of you set up that test on Amazon, manage your experiments, and you had to wait 4 to 8 weeks just to learn that your new idea is losing you money on Amazon? Okay, lots of serious sellers, and appreciate the honesty. These were the honest people who raised their hands. It is a common issue. My goal is to develop a process with you where the results are more predictable, you stop losing money, and you start having good ROI from A/B testing on Amazon. Okay, so a little bit about me. My name is Andri Sadlak. I'm an Amazon seller. I've been selling since 2017. Sold my first brand in 2020, and currently I'm running 7 8-figure brands as a part of a small aggregator, and I'm also a co-founder of Product Opinion, which is Global Seller Awards winner as the best A/B testing platform for Amazon sellers. So the way I like to break down these presentations is into 3 buckets, okay? So we're going to start with case studies, some real life examples. Everybody loves seeing real life situations. And then second part is what I realized after going to a lot of these conferences. I hate it when I go through the conference, I learn all these new ideas, and I have no clue how to implement it. And it either requires me, and I have very limited time, or it's just something over my head and something I cannot just pass on to my VA. So my promise to you is by the end of this session, you'll have a repeatable process you can pass on to your team, and they can implement immediately and get your results as soon as possible, okay? And if time permits, we'll end it with a Q&A, because I know a lot of you learn from each other, and the questions you may raise will be the questions that everyone's curious about. So yeah, that's my goal, that's my outline. How does that sound? Sounds good? Amazing. So an additional promise to you is you'll learn some new ideas. You'll get that SOP, okay? And there's some bonus click-through rate and conversion rate optimization tricks at the end. Okay, let's dive into it. Some case studies, so real-life examples of wins and losses that I personally have been a part of, okay? And we'll start with a game. Who's down for the game? You want to play? A or B game. Simple name for the game. And I'm going to ask you what images you think converted better on Amazon. Let's start with this one. So who thinks image A of this lion costume converted better? Raise your hand. Okay, got a few people. Who thinks it's option B that converts better on Amazon? A lot more people. Okay, lots of smart sellers. And you are correct about option B. Now, second question, this is my first product actually. Who thinks option A converted better on Amazon? Raise your hand. That's a good question. It's a very minor thing. Take a look. Okay. Who thinks it's option B? Nobody. Okay, you're right. It is option A. Third one, who thinks it's option A that's converting better? It's an HI serum. People in the beauty space, or probably all of the women here, would understand what this product is. Who thinks it's option A who converted better on Amazon? Okay, one person. Who thinks it's option B? Pretty much everybody. Okay, lots of smart people in the room. And this is pretty much the process we went through. So we had these 2 options uploaded to Product Opinion. We asked real people what they would click on and why. And we quickly realized there's 100% confidence that option B would perform better. Then obviously, we also did an A/B test on Amazon, which I definitely recommend everybody to do. The first test took 24 minutes. The second test took 8 weeks, but the results were the same. Okay, and during the test itself, we made extra $4,400. All this looks complicated, right? In simple words, version B generates approximately 3.9% more sales than version A. What does it mean in numbers? So monthly revenue, option A is 143, option B 148K. So the difference is $5,500 in a month. Who would like extra $5,500 for a product per month, every month moving forward? The cost of this test was only $37.50. How's that for ROI? So what do sellers usually do? A lot of you can relate. A lot of them just gamble. Like, I don't trust anything else. Amazon is the ultimate thing. I'm just gonna upload the best idea here. I know it's better. I've been selling for the last 10 years. And what that gamble really does, even on a 3.1 million per month product, like this client of mine, 2.5 weeks in, A/B test on Amazon, with their best guess, we're losing 13.5K in sales. Obviously, it impacts a lot of different things. And this is how you would prevent this gamble. Simple test, 20, 30 minutes, and you have the exact same result as you see on Amazon. The old image is still performing better than the new one. Okay? And obviously, I oversimplified it. There are a few more steps, and I will share the entire SOP with you so you can follow the process to minimize losing money when you A/B test on Amazon. So why is conversion important? All of you know, it impacts your PPC performance, right? It impacts ACOS, cost per click, ad placements, quality score. Conversion also impacts your organic keyword rankings. Is that true? Yeah. The better you convert, the higher up you're ranked. And it also gets you badges like Amazon's Choice if you out-convert everybody else on a specific keyword. And that obviously becomes that flywheel effect. Like, if you have that badge, you convert even better. So it's definitely a good thing to have. Will your products benefit from A/B testing main image? What do you think? Simple answer is yes. The main image, besides pricing and reviews, is the most important aspect of your listing. And it's essentially the 80-20 rule. So 20% of your efforts that translate into 80% of results in your listing optimization process. Yeah, some of you may know Daniela Boltzmann. She claimed that up to 160% improvement in sales comes from testing main images on Amazon. She's been doing this for the last many years, hundreds of clients. Yeah, how about we unpack some more real-life examples? What do you think? Okay, let's do it. The tilted image. So the advice here is put your product on a dynamic angle. What's typical? These are the search results of one of the products, straight on product shots, very, very formal, very simplistic, and I would say boring. So it looks like this, just like a grid. Okay? The way you can make it different is angle it a little bit. Just like this example. Okay? This way you stand out immediately. Do you agree? Yeah, now you're different. And all you did is just move it a little bit, took another picture or 3D render. And this is what people said, why they chose this option. On a test, displayed on an angle, the shape's different. And they also said, very bold color, which leads me to the next advice and another example, very bold color example. So this example is to intensify the color. Solid, deep colors usually stand out. So just like on supermarket shelves, works the exact same with our attention on Amazon. Look at this image. So tell me honestly, what part of the screen you're looking at? Gully, okay. Anything else? So bottom side, right? Would you say more like bottom right? Left. Bottom left. Okay, there's black one, there's some big bold colors on the right. So obviously the more color, the more attention you get, right? This part was repeatedly winning in tests. So people are clicking on what fills up the space with solid colors the most. And we even had an example in one of our clients. So their product in this case is right in the middle and right at the top. He's a PPC guy. He's dominating in terms of ads. He's everywhere. But what we realized after watching people shop, recording their screens, is people were clicking on the left and right, completely missing our product. So we had to change the label so it's more solid, stands out more. We had to rebrand the whole brand to make it more solid, so it's easier to spot on a white background of Amazon search results. As a result, Travis said it doubled his click-through rate on Amazon. Okay, another example, the opened package. So you can show your bottle or package open to stand out as well. So what's typical? boring bottles. You all seen these supplements. And if you buy supplements and take supplements daily, okay, quite a few people. And if you sell supplements, okay, less people, but that's a brave person. So in this space, you want to break the pattern. Any space, really. And the reason we want to break the pattern is when someone's pattern interrupted, they're more inclined to be influenced, okay? So in this example, we put the bottle cap on the side. So now we're all of a sudden very, very different. Look at this before, look at this after, okay? Your attention goes right there. Am I right or am I right? To add to it, why don't we also put the main keyword on it? One of the main keywords for this product is omega-3 fish oil. People are searching for this specific keyword. If they see it, clicks in their mind, yes, that's what I'm looking for. It's important to put it on if you can, somewhere in the package. And a brand that does this all the time is Gorilla Grip. Every single product has the product name, the main keyword on it. Another quick thing that I realized they do pretty much on all of the products where they have multiple variations, they have multiple colors right there. So when you receive the product, it doesn't look like this, but they put it on so people searching can see, oh, that's my one stop. If I click here, I'll find the color I like. And not all the niches have the color swatches under the images. This one is one of those. So they just use the main image for convincing people that they are the place to click. Okay, and last example for you here is to add a human element, especially if you can show it in use. So what's typical for shower caps? This is usually what it looks like when you search for shower caps. Now, guess what image converted better on Amazon? Who thinks it's option A? Okay, who thinks it's option B? Okay, now we know. So there are multiple things that contributes to this. Option A has product in use. You can see how it sits in your head. Someone's looking right into your eyes, so you connect with them immediately. This in our subconscious, someone's looking at us, we want to look back, right? So that's what the seller's has done as well. And it's also a giftable product, as I learned working with this client. So they put the packaging on the side so people know if they buy it for somebody else, it looks nice. They put the main keyword on it. And they realized after doing some shopper insights testing on product opinion that reusable is the big keyword. So they're using it on the image as well as the first keyword in their title. So this is what we did. 100% certain option A is doing better. So what do you think? These examples will work for you? Maybe. Worth testing. The thing is, Amazon changes all the time. Sellers change things all the time. Smarter sellers always update things. So whatever worked yesterday may not work today, but it's all about continuous testing. And there's compound interest from always being on top of things and always tracking your conversion and updating things as needed. Yeah, side story. Flop to success. This is my personal story. You want to hear it? Yep. So this is my very, very first product. I launched it in 2017. Has always been the most expensive in the space. This is the product that all the Amazon gurus on YouTube were saying, do not launch scratch off map. Don't be stupid. It's not going to work because of ABC. And I still somehow did. So I had to sell my house to save this business. About 6, 7, 8 months into running it. It wasn't my dream home, but it was still something. And actually the only thing I had left. So at some point, after being in the business for, I think it was 6, 7 months, I celebrated my first milestone, 20K a month in sales. 2 weeks later, my employer laid me off. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm smart. I have a business. It's all good. I'll figure it out. And then about 2 weeks later, I started receiving 1 2-star reviews and even emails from people saying, Andri, your scratch off map does not scratch. It doesn't work. There's nothing I can do with it. If I scratch it, I make it a hole in the poster. So I had to recall about 5,000 units. That was my third purchase order. All in all, with shipping and everything, I lost about 35,000 US. Some of that was borrowed from a bank. The business was doing well, and it's a very cash-intensive business, as you know. And what I decided to do is to sell this house so I can restart the business, and in the meantime, develop proper quality assurance process. Yeah, and the reason I think it survived, honestly, is I was always customer-centric. So as I was building this brand, I built a community back then on Facebook. Doesn't work as well anymore with engagement, but back then, Facebook worked pretty well, and I connected with people really well. So I started asking them, hey, when you bought my product, before you joined this community, why did you buy it? And after collecting all of the data, so this is before product opinion existed, I realized that the reason people were buying these products, and the reason mine stood out was it was large size. At the time, the only large size map on the marketplace. and the only standard poster size. So once I got the answer to this question, why should I buy this one? Not from my perspective, but from the perspective of customers I'm serving, I realized that this is what I need to do. Extra large. It doesn't say extra large in the packaging itself. I just photoshopped it. In the beginning, I say extra large, the most critical thing, and the size of the poster. Because if this is the size of the poster, it's very easy to frame. It's a standard size in the US. Everybody else, all the Chinese competitors, were just selling random sizes. So this got my conversion going back then. And when I relaunched in December that same year, obviously it's a giftable product, I crossed 50K a month in sales. And then 2.5 years later, I sold the business. So I'm pretty happy that I did sell the house back then. And the way you can test whether your message gets across easily is this test. There's spin and ask 3-second test, where you can show the product image to people for 3 seconds. It disappears automatically. And they have to answer, hey, I've seen this and this. I think this is the purpose of the image. And you can test this way if what you're trying to convey through the image, they actually understand. When they were answering, they clearly understood this is the largest map. One of them said it looked like a really big fancy map, which justified me always being the most expensive. So what's the number one reason people buy your product? Think about it for a few seconds. Maybe you need to ask people too. Say it visually, and also, is your product giftable? If it is, packaging is important. So show the packaging, make it look fancy so people know if I gifted somebody, they'll be happy seeing it. That moment will make them happy. If it's not giftable, don't worry about packaging. All right, we're ready for the second bucket, the second part of the presentation. Who's ready for the SOP? That's all? Who's ready for the shopper optimization process? I need to hear your voices. Ready? Okay, let's do this. Big picture stuff. So market research, if you break it into two simple parts, there's qualitative part and quantitative part. Qualitative part is essentially the reasoning, the why behind shopper behavior, why people do whatever they do. And quantitative is purely data. Did they click or not? How many? So simple stats, okay? And that's why the 5-step shopper optimization process that we developed has all of that covered. First stage, we do video shop along simulation, and we use pin-in videos for that. I'll dive into it. You don't need to take notes. You can get the slides later too. Second stage, contextual baseline test. So essentially where we currently stand in the context of Amazon. Because no one on Amazon sees your option A versus option B on the white background without context. They're always comparing. Okay? Third stage, concept development. This is where we work with graphic designers or with AI, and we develop new concepts based on what we learned. Now that we know what matters, now that we know extra large is getting the click, how do we position it better? We develop new concepts, and we A/B test to figure out which one is the best, which one's winning the most. Fourth step, contextual baseline comparison. So essentially think of step 2, the exact same test, but with a new creative to see if our position improved in the exact same setup, same context of Amazon. And only number 5 is the Amazon A/B test, which is manage your experiments or direct upload if you don't have enough traffic, okay? And if you break it into those two parts that make your SOP complete, qualitative is number 1, so it's purely qualitative, people explain themselves. Qualitative and quantitative comes into steps 2, 3, and 4, because not only you get the number of clicks and who's winning by how much, but also why, okay? And only number 5, Amazon, is quantitative purely, because there's no reasoning whatsoever. You see someone's winning or someone's losing, you have no idea why, okay? But you need to do all of them, all 5 steps, for the best chances to succeed on Amazon. So what Amazon won't tell you is exactly that, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's why it's part of my topic. This part is not something Amazon can help you with. And for me to explain this, if you're down, I'll share another real-life example. What do you say? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. So this is a knee pillow. This is a case study from Main Image Monthly Show with Danny McMillan, Dorian Gorski. Dorian's in the room here. Raise your hand. Sim Mahan, myself, and my partner, Matt. Who's recording me on camera there. Thank you, Matt. First stage, video shop along. So we're doing pin-in videos to watch how people shop. So we asked 10 UK females, and the reason we asked UK females is this brand is in the UK, they're not selling in the US, and we asked them to record their screen and answer 3 questions. I'm not gonna run the video for the sake of time, but you'll get the slides you can watch and see how it looks. And we asked them these 3 questions. Which product on the search results page would you most likely click into and why? Click into your top 3 listings, and for each, what did you like, what could be improved? For these category of products, what are the most important features and benefits? You can ask anything really, you can edit the questions, but these ones we found give you really good insights into why people click on different products and why the best sellers are actually best sellers. So if I summarize the main objections or concerns people have, these would be the main ones in this specific case. They were concerned if it's washable. Okay, can I wash the cover? They were attracted to the options that were claiming they're orthopedic approved. They needed some kind of authority, third party, not the brand, say this is going to fix your medical issue. And a lot of people like different variations to pick the color they liked. Some of them didn't really like the white one because it gets dirty. So another idea that came to us when we were researching this is we could even add an extra cover, creating a differentiation if we launch another variation of this product, which probably solves the first and the third. You have one that you're washing, another one is on, and different colors included in the same queue. Second stage, now that we have some ideas, we want to measure where we stand. So this is the contextual baseline test. Where do we currently stand in terms of competitors? So we haven't picked the most similar competitors to us, okay? This is us, okay? And we wanted to see how many clicks we're getting. So these are essentially products we're losing sales to. People don't buy us, they buy these guys. The baseline ended up being 7%, essentially at the very bottom. The last 2 have the same. 7% of the clicks landing on our listing in this simulation, okay? So this is our before, that's where we stand. We also learned what matters most. This is still qualitative, and people explain themselves. So instead of reading all of the responses, because there were hundreds, we just asked our built-in opinion GPT, hey, what matters the most? And these were the answers. People care about the aesthetic appeal and design, and specifically functionally effective and also visually pleasing, okay? Product quality, longevity, robustness, so washable would fall into this part of the comments, and trust in the brand, reputation, reliability, so stuff like doctor developed, orthopedic approved, all of that falls into this major reason. Now that we have these reasons, we're ready to develop some new concepts, because our current image definitely doesn't address all of the things that people care about. And we're going to test these options. So this is the original, okay? That's what it looks like, very boring, very simple. This is the best-selling competitor and the one who's also winning in the polls we've been doing. So what tends to win looks like this. What can we learn from this? People like that it's memory foam, orthopedic approved. I like the design, orthopedic approved, memory foam, orthopedic. So now we have the recurring team. That's why they're getting the clicks. We're actually also doctor developed, and we're not even saying that, at least not loudly. So this is us, you see at the bottom, and this is our best-selling competitor. Do you notice anything they've done really well? Apart from everything else we discussed, they broke the pattern, right? Everyone was horizontal, and they're standing upright. So if you're buying this design, they get your attention immediately, and then you start rationally thinking, oh, it's orthopedic approved. Oh, it's also well-priced. Oh, good reviews, click. So now we're learning from them as well. And kudos to Dorian, who's been a creative director on this little case study. Stay here after me. He's going to speak next. He's going to address all of these things and more. So Dorian developed these 3 concepts. So now we have A, B, and C. Shall we vote? Which one do you think won? Who thinks it's option A who got the most clicks? Raise your hand. Okay, who thinks it's option B? Okay, and who thinks it's option C? Lots of smart people in the room. It is option C, and it won by a lot. So we have 80% statistical significance and confidence is going to do equally well on Amazon. Here's some arguments. This is how we test it. Very simple test. It doesn't have to be search simulation like it is, and I specifically picked mobile in this case because we knew most of the purchases of this product happen on mobile. You can get the information from the business reports, but it can also be tested on a white background. The context is not as critical. This is more like, hey, this is for Amazon. Reminds people why we're doing this. Now that we have this information, we want to measure how does our new version perform in the context. So we're going to do the exact same thing as step 2, but now in the contextual baseline comparison, we're going to replace This guy, remember this one? The old setup? And our baseline back then was 7%, okay? What we're gonna do is the exact same test, but we exclude previous shoppers. We are the only ones who offer that. So same demographics, but different humans, because the old ones are now biased. That's how we exclude them from previous tests. And now that's how we look like in this comparison. See, top right? And it's randomized all the time, so people see it in different order. You ready for the result? New baseline, 14%. New baseline, 14%. So 7%, now it's 14. Much more confidence to upload it to Amazon, right? So essentially, simulated CTR doubled. Amazing work, Dorian. Now, last stage, and that's what usually sellers jump into right away, we upload it to Amazon to do an A/B test on Amazon. And in our case, can't remember why this brand didn't upload it to Manager Experiments, just made direct upload. I had to ask a friend, hey, what are the results so far? We increased conversion on Amazon by 14.29%. So it jumped from 21 to 24 in the UK, and also improved conversion in Canada as well. Exact same image, somehow it worked there well. And they gave us the screenshot as well. So previous month's old image, 54K. Next month's new image, projected to be 69K. This is April this month. So the impact is extra 15,686 pounds per month. Who wants extra 15K per month? Same product, no extra expenses? Well, I'm lying. This is the extra expense. The total cost of this whole A/B test in SOP was $447. I'm curious, and I love talking to ChatGPT. I probably talk to ChatGPT more than my wife. So I asked, hey, calculate ROI on this. ChatGPT said the ROI on this activity was 4,286%. How do you like that? Think about A/B testing before you start increasing your ad spend, because first you want to optimize before you start spending more. That's how I would feel if I was the owner of this brand. One simple experiment, one simple 5-step process. So the takeaways, start with the why, which is qualitative, measure a baseline, develop new concepts, and test which one wins, and then measure new baseline, and then test on Amazon for purely quantitative testing results. If you want to do that in real life for your own product while you're here in Warsaw, you can pre-register for this workshop. Take your phone, scan this. It's going to be run by my partner, Matt. And you can essentially follow along the steps and do the exact same thing for your own brands. Okay, I think we still have time for bonus hacks. You guys excited for the bonus hacks? Let's do it. Energy, please. Thank you. Bonus tactic number 1, leverage awards. You want to become an award-winning product. So the trick here, you have to figure it out manually in your specific case, how you can get an award. I know people here sell books. There are awards in books in different categories and subcategories. Yeah, once you figure out what works, you can ask ChatGPT, hey, what kind of awards these products have? Put it on your search results page and on your listing, just like these guys are doing. So this example is award-winning cardiologist developed. Another example, they put the awards on the image itself. I think it's a game award. So best toy award, and there's something else in silver. Can't read it. Another example, Game of the Year award winner. Another one in the beauty space, one of our clients, award-winning under eye mask. There's definitely a little bit of efforts, a little bit of expense, potentially, but it's not as complicated. You can become award-winning, and this becomes a third party that validates that you are the best choice. So less thinking for people, more clicks for you. Bonus tactic number 2, manufacture popularity with influencer videos. Steal like an artist. I'm not going to go into too many details, but let's start with some stats. So this publication, Visual, somehow it sounds Polish to me, has done a research and said 89% of people who watched the video of the product ended up buying the product. So it was definitely very, very influential. If you don't have a video, figure it out, put a video on your listing. And once you have it there, you see, for this product, we uploaded just 1 video, but we have 6. How do we have 6? Exactly. So all of these videos are not ours. All of these videos were uploaded by creatives, influencers, people who bought the product, decided to record a video, And that helps your conversion much more than anything else you do with the videos. Because it's somebody else, just like them, saying, you gotta do this, amazing product, look at my face now, solves the problem, and they trust it much, much more. Obviously, these are basic things, but here's an advanced tactic. This is part of my brand ambassador process, okay? Before I dive into it, how many of you have heard about creator connections? Anyone? Okay, quite a few people, that's good. So think of TikTok Shop done by Amazon. That's how creator connections happened. They wanted to connect brands with influencers. So here's an example of a huge competitor to one of my brands on Amazon. They're a bestseller in the space. And what you see at the bottom is what you will see on the listing with video carousel, okay? What's funny is these two videos are videos of influencers saying, I tried this product, the Simply Vital collagen, and also tried these other two. And this one I think is the best because of A, B, and C. And that one is mine. Both of these videos in their own authentic way explain it, that it's just rational to buy my product. And it's on the listing of my competitor. Here's another example. Anyone here familiar with Korean beauty? Okay, big trend, right? So this is one of the biggest brands in the Korean beauty space, COSRX. And this video, at the very, very beginning of the carousel, is now a friend saying, don't buy COSRX, buy Andri's brand. And this video on the second page of the carousel, in their own voice, says the same thing. So we're stealing their traffic. And once people watched, they don't need to spend too much time on my listing, they just end up buying more often than not. What also happens, if they have a video, which they do, in here, because many people don't even scroll down there to the videos, will also show up here, right below their main brand video. How do you like that? Pretty advanced, right? This is how you do it. You develop a relationship with the best creators. If you have creator connections, that's the pathway. Talk to me later, I can explain what I do. Then you ask these best performance for a product comparison video, okay? You send them your product sample and a couple of your competitors, can be one, can be two, and try to rotate it. Don't make it always about the exact same set of 3 products. So it looks more organic. And this is important. Now that you have a little bit of relationship built, you can help them even more and give them a guide on how to compare the products. Makes their life easier, right? For them, it's a win-win because they get 3 products. Whatever people buy, they make commission, whether it's yours or other brands. You give them criteria so they know if I compare by these criteria, Andri's brand's gonna be the best, but it's fair. Yeah, and just repeat it. Do it over and over again. And the reason you need to repeat it, it's not a one-off, is Amazon's always A/B testing as well, so they rotate the videos all the time. What I screenshotted yesterday for the presentation may not look like that today, but maybe one of the other videos will show up instead of these. Now back to basics. I just see this all the time, so I had to bring this up. Please don't do this. This video in the carousel of photos looks horrible. You can do a better thumbnail. Instead, do something like this. Even if they don't click to watch it, the thumbnail itself already sells them. It's a trustworthy product. Buy it. It's very easy to upload, just like on YouTube. Like the video doesn't have this image. Okay, last bonus tactic, if you're ready. Okay, you ready? Thank you, appreciate the energy. So check your images with imagecheck.com, and this allows you to see the visuals through the Amazon's eyes. This is how we do it. So this is my partner's product, and it's a passport cover. What happens here, once he uploaded this to Amazon Recognition, he saw that Amazon recognized this is a passport. And the confidence, as you see on the image, is 82.5%. Okay? Now you see there's this part of the image that's covering the passport cover. So once he moved it down, the confidence went up from 82.5 to 84.5%, which is 11.6% more confident that it's passport, and it can be a difference between Rufus recommending you versus the competitor. Okay? When you scan these images, you can see if it's the same avatar that you position in the photo that Amazon reads. Is it a female? Is it 24 to 45? Right? You can test that stuff. And you can also test what keywords Amazon can read in the images. So audit your listings, make sure your products are not covered, and also try to play with this one. I have to give this one to Matt Costin, my partner right there. He put in this tricky thing, perfect for Apple fanboys, that's not visible to human eye at the bottom of this image, but Amazon could still recognize it. So if someone's searching for, say, gifts for Apple fanboys, I don't know if people have that term, but something like that, you can index and rank for those keywords. I tested it on multiple products. It works. Amazon uses words from images as SEO of your listing. So think of stuff like this. If you're in the giftable space, you probably don't have enough space in your bullets or your images to cover all of these guys, but you can probably hide them in the images and still index and rank for all of the important search terms. So be strategic about the keywords you use in the images. There's a free tool, imagecheck.com, no sign up required. You don't have to sign up for Amazon's AWS, very, very user-friendly. And it taps into Amazon Recognition's API, so you can easily check whether Amazon recognizes what you want to convey in your images. So this is how it looks like. Just upload an image, very straightforward. In this example, Amazon thought it's an e-scooter, but this product is actually a cover. So something we can probably fix. So imagecheck.com, use it while it's free. And if you want more ideas, follow me on LinkedIn. I'm the only Andri Sadlak in the world, easy to find. I always share stuff I find interesting and stuff I'm researching. And if you want to apply our SOP into your own products while you're still here, so it's tomorrow, this is the QR code to scan so you can pre-register and get notifications on the steps to follow and where to be. Yeah, Q&A. Now we're ready. You can ask me anything.
First of all, thank you. I don't know, shall we do a round of applause? Insight, and I've learned a lot personally. So let's start with those. Anyone has a question in the room, and then we go with the other questions. Anyone has a question? Raise your hand, don't be shy. Here you go.
What are other uses of product opinion for it? You explain a lot about main images, but can sellers use it for product development, packaging development?
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant question, Dorian. I didn't pay him to ask that. A lot of sellers who also are in the launching stages use product opinion to measure their chances of success. So think of the search simulation that you've seen on the screen. You can also upload your image before it exists on Amazon. And you can test pricing, you can test titles, you can test the messaging in the image and see if you're getting clicks when you're positioned next to the best sellers in the space. And a lot of agencies actually have this as part of their pre-launch strategy, where they research products to validate if it has a chance, especially in the very, very competitive spaces. Sometimes small design tweak may make somebody with 5,000 reviews irrelevant, but it's just your idea, so you can test it easily before you place your purchase order. Yeah, there are many, many other cases. We can chat about it more. Don't want to make this into a promo, but happy to answer any other questions.
Thank you. Any other question, guys, in the room? Anyone wants to ask a question? I have a question. It's a bit tech. One of my main brand clients is a